What percentage of your potential are you currently expressing? Ask yourself, how much percentage of your potential are you currently expressing? And then I want you to compare that to the capacity of potential that you truly possess. Most of you guys are operating at this 1% of bullshit, and then you expect to get the results. You have to understand that every day is personal maximization day. Now, to put that in context for you, that means that every day you wake the fuck up and you do the best for yourself at the max capacity, and then you compound that to further boost your threshold of capacity of input into yourself. And so most of you guys do the very fucking least and then expect the most. Before you demand the best from anything else, demand the best from yourself, and not your best, the best that you can potentially express if you knew what the fuck your potential was. Most of you guys have this dwindled, dwarfed self-image because all you do is prove to yourself how much of a failure you are through your actions. Every day you wake up and you sit there and you puff the vape, you smoke the weed, you jerk off to the porn, and now you're walking around like a half-assed, undone piece of shit, dysfunctional fucking organism. You can't even focus on a task without getting distracted by your phone. You have to truly ask yourself, how much potential are you expressing? And then you need to compare that to the capacity of potential that you could be expressing, and not your potential, the potential of your being. You have to understand that most of you guys don't even know your full potential. You haven't done anything to reveal you to yourself. You don't even know who you are deep down in your soul. You haven't even unveiled your own essence to yourself. You can't even wake up and stay consistent and commit to something that is going to better you as a person. And so when we look at your personal development, you are really in a personal stagnation. And then you couple that to entangle that with the negative habits that you love to ferment and, dwell in. You like to sit there and stagnate in these negative habits. You are compounding backwards. And so most of you guys are in a deficit to your potential. You are operating from a state of a deficit to what the fuck you could be, expressing. And so you complain about everything but the way you conduct yourself as an individual. You complain about not getting the results. You complain about everything around you, but you never complain about the lack of self-restraint. You never complain about the lack of input. You never complain about the lack of effort. You never complain about the lack within yourself, but you'll complain about everything around you. And so this is where you have to truly look in the fucking mirror and confront that low-level stagnated piece of shit. Bitch! You only live once, and all this potential that you've wasted is gonna have to go into the dirt when you hit that casket. But you could have expressed that potential and potentially unveiled a better possible reality for yourself. The potential is waiting for you to start digging, to dig within yourself, to express something more in your life. Most of you guys, you are extrinsically driven. If you don't get rewarded instantly, you don't want to put in the fucking work, but you didn't fucking realize that the reward was you as an individual, the individual that you create, a better version of yourself. That there is no better feeling than growing and outgrowing your former self. Most of you guys have never felt the true feeling of looking at yourself in the mirror and thinking back to who you were and who you've became, and sparking, the light within yourself, smiling in the mirror because you admire who the fuck is reflecting back at you. You guys don't admire yourself, and because deep in your soul, you're operating at the lowest fucking echelon of human existence. You are operating in a deficit. You are stagnating in negative habits. Your actions are a reflection of your soul, and the actions you take reflect the potential you will unfold in your reality. And the potential you will unfold is going to be the possibility of what your life could have been. Most of you guys live in realities you don't want to exist in, and it goes to show through your behavior. If you want to reflect more potential, if you want more possibilities and opportunities in reality, it begins with the fucking individual in the mirror. And most of you guys demand the best from the world, but don't demand the best from yourself, and it fucking reflects in your behavior. Most of you guys are like kids with fucking, anger issues that, all this acting out, you guys never want to face the reality, which is that you are a bitch and you need to do some shit to fix that. And so most of you guys continue this process of being an inevitable failure by failing to commit what your soul is calling you to do. These instinctual impulses, these intuitive impulses to be more in your life, you fail to commit, and then you go back to what is keeping you a low-level piece of shit. And so this is why you need to ask yourself the question, how much of your potential are you currently expressing? And then compare that to the potential that you actually have within yourself. Because most of you guys are nothing compared to the best versions of you. Most of you guys are half-assed, undone pieces of shit, wasted space on earth to yourself. If you're gonna sit there and be a parasite to yourself, to be a parasite is to latch onto something and give nothing back. All of you guys latch onto yourself, extract the dopamine, farm the dopamine, and give nothing back. You sit there high as fuck on a couch for 4 hours straight, go to sleep, and do that shit again until you fucking hit the casket. You sit there and you latch onto sensation within yourself. You lack meaning, you lack purpose, and it reflects in your behavior. And so the way you behave is going to reflect the potential you unveil in your life. And most of you guys are operating from this 1%, or 0.001% of what the fuck you could be, and it reflects in your behavior. It reflects in the way you conduct yourself as a individual. And so instead of getting mad at the world for revealing that bitch that likes to hide behind that mask, how about you look at yourself and get mad at yourself and then channel that hatred energy into destroying what you hate, instead of projecting that onto things that are trying to unveil to you what the fuck you lack, because you are an individual in lack. Is that straight up? How much potential are you currently expressing? And then what the fuck is the potential that you could be expressing? And then compare the two and realize how far of a distance you actually are from becoming who the fuck you need to be. Peace!